Ignition. Liftoff.
Welcome to the Non-Fucking-Negotiable Podcast.
Ready to make an entrance, so bust it.
Non-Fucking-Negotiable.
Oh, yeah.
Non-Fucking-Negotiable.
Whoa, slow down.
All right, welcome to the Non-Negotiable Podcast. Wait, I'm saying that wrong already. Welcome to the Non-Fucking-Negotiable Podcast. With Willie T and Sara. Peace. How you doing out there? Hello, everyone's. Welcome to the Willie T's Non-Fucking-Negotiable Podcast.
Non-Fucking-Negotiable.
I'm here with Sara the Reallionaire, and we've come to you with I would say, an odd topic today. I mean...
A flavorful topic.
Flavorful topic. So, Sara, would you like to talk to the people for us, please?
All right, so Ep.7 is pretty much several reasons why you only fucked them once. You could have been talking to them for 3 months, fully emotionally invested, and for some reason, something turned you off. And now you're done. And I have several of those stories.
Okay.
And I'm ready to tell them.
Let's hear it. I'm ready to hear your story.
All right, man. Dude, I remember this one time I was talking to this guy, and you know, he was like wine and dine and romance, and I was like, okay, we could do this. So he invites me back to his place, and we start having sex, and then all of a sudden he's sweating, and his sweat is dripping in my face, and I'm closing my eyes, and then he starts chanting, "Shake that monkey out the tree, girl."
Whoa.
I don't know what that meant.
Whoa.
And the first time he said it, I was like, okay, look at me, I'm going. And then he just kept chanting it, like over and over. It was like he was actually pumping himself up.
Word.
It was weird.
Like, kind of like put the pussy on the chain wax?
Man, I had never heard no shit like that in my life. Shake the monkey out the tree, girl.
Okay.
I didn't know what I was supposed to do. So I stopped.
So you stopped?
I stopped. I was like, you know what? I see what time it is. I really think I need to go. And he was like, what? And I'm wiping sweat off my face. And I definitely was not wet down there.
Wow.
It was time to go. So I left. And I never spoke to him again.
So basically, his statements were drying you up.
Yes, it turned me completely off.
I can understand that. That's reasonable. I mean, you shouldn't have to decipher a person's sex talk during sex. You know what I'm saying?
Just be easy, dude.
Right.
I don't need instructions.
Right. And he didn't learn that from porn. See, a lot of guys learn their shit from porn. They learn their actions, their strokes, all that. They learn it from porn. And I'm here to tell you, he didn't learn that fucking term from no fucking porn right there. That's some shit he thought it sounded cool. Or he done said it before and some dumb broad let him get away with it. So he thought that was the shits and he went with that. And that's very tacky.
Yeah, that was very tacky. Don't say that to anybody, please.
What, say it again, though?
Shake that monkey out the tree, girl.
Let me see if I can shake that monkey off the tree, girl.
Over and over, dude. Shake that monkey out the tree.
See, I was
like, supposed to come?
Yeah, that would not work.
You know what, now that we're talking about it, it just occurred to me 20 years later that I was probably supposed to come when he was saying that.
Why would he refer to the orgasm as a monkey? The monkey is actually the vagina. Let's just get that out there first and foremost.
The monkey out the tree.
The monkey is
his penis the tree?
What? I don't know.
I don't know. I wish I could ask him.
You should have hit him up and ask him.
What did you mean when you said that?
Ask him, does he say it still, and does it work? Has it ever fucking worked for him?
Did the monkey fall out of the tree?
And if he says that shit worked, he's lying.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna exchange stories here because the story I have of the reason I only hit her once. Honestly, I'm gonna just be out right with. Okay, so kicking and hanging out. Me and my homeboy introduced me to her and her friend, and we're kicking and we're drinking beers, and you know what I'm saying. This is I was maybe 19 or 20, and we're kicking in, and you know, she didn't look bad at all. She didn't look bad, and so we're getting down to the nitty gritty. You know what I mean? And of course, every time she gets close to me, I am smelling the tartness of her breath. And I mean, it was really, 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 really strong. And I couldn't understand why it was so strong. So, of course, you know, I'm going to get my slow neck. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting some slow neck from her. And believe it or not, that scent ended up on my meat. It ended up on my dick. And I didn't understand that. I didn't know what was going on, okay? I went ahead and smashed. And then the next day, when I took a shower, it was still on my meat.
Ew.
Her breath. And I didn't understand what the fuck was going on. So I called my mans, and he's like, well, man, I didn't tell you before, but she has a condition. I'm like, what kind of fucking condition? She had halitosis. Now, see, at the time, I didn't know what halitosis was. This is my first experience with it. And she was very cool. She was a great host and everything. I just refused to ever have sex with her again, let alone walk through her door. Because there is no reason that I should have a penis stinking like breath.
I mean, I've heard of halitosis before, but it never really occurred to me that is a medical condition.
It is a medical condition.
And you talk about it with your friends, or you're like, hey, I'm sorry I have halitosis.
No, she didn't tell me shit. And I'm the first motherfucker. She should have, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
well, I think if I had halitosis, I would have just broke out the KY. You wouldn't have got no head from me.
Oh no, that's with
the KY.
That is not in the stars. I'm gonna get.
So I mean, if she sucked your dick, technically her pussy has halitosis.
No.
Yes.
I don't think a pussy can have halitosis.
Okay, but if you smelled her breath on your dick, her pussy definitely smelled like her breath after you smashed.
Oh yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. It was tart. It was really strong. But you know what I mean? When first of all, when you're drinking beer, and I'm making up excuses right now, just because I was a horny devil at the time, and I was wrong for going all the way. Once I smelled it on my dick, and I hadn't even got it in the pussy, I should assume that the pussy stunk. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if the pussy stunk because the breath was so overwhelming.
Oh, ugh.
So yeah, I hit it at one time. I never went back.
She's a really nice lady, though.
She was very nice. She was very nice to me.
Nice.
I liked her. She was eager, and she was hella thirsty. And now I know why she was hella thirsty. You know,
her mouth was dry.
Yeah, she should have drunk her fucking medication. Is what she should have did. You know, but you know, and it wasn't even like she was like a professional head doctor. She was no nectrician or anything like that. It was
just effort.
It was effort. It was, you know, she was average, and you know. But yeah, as a person, she was great. But as someone that you'd be intimate with, I think that she was wrong for not telling me or explaining to me. You know what I'm saying? These are things that you need to tell someone ahead of time.
I absolutely agree. And I also think that if you're going to have sex with somebody, if you're a man, you're going to have sex with somebody, you should also let them know if you're going to need your dick sucked.
Oh.
Because I'm tired of, rolling up and just get it hard for me.
Oh, yeah.
I'll never do that.
See,
don't ever ask me.
And see, I'm the guy that's going to say, hey, just get it hard for me, because what the fuck are we doing here?
You should be hard already.
Nah, man. Nah,
that is the biggest turnoff out. You'd be like, you've got a fucking gummy worm. Your dick is rainbow bright right now, leaning to the left.
First and foremost, when it comes to head, I'm going to tell you this. When it comes to head, the effort
wait. I will suck you from soft. Don't get me wrong. But if we are, you're like, oh, I just really want to fuck, and we're gonna fuck, and you give me amped to fuck, and you pull out your fucking floppy dick, and you're like, just suck it a little. No, because we're talking about how we're about to bang and fuck, and you're gonna do me so good, and your dick is soft.
See, and
that's how you get fucked one time.
That's crazy, because I'm a neck grabber. I'm just going to grab the back of your head. I don't even really
feel
like...
That's hot. Don't ask me.
I'm not going to discuss nothing with you, so...
I can agree to that. If we're two consenting adults, yes, put my head down there, and you're like, rah! But don't ever look at me in my eyes and be like, just put it in your mouth.
No way, I'm not that... No, that's a pitiful guy. Guys, if you're out there asking them to do that...
They have to.
That's whack, man.
I'm not even going to be embarrassed by saying this, but there was one time I had a dude, and I was like, yeah, okay, I will suck you hard. And then we started having sex, and he went soft. And I mean, I know it wasn't me. My hygiene's pretty well. I mean, I don't have no ass, but you knew that before you got over here. So it couldn't have been my flat butt. But Why? I mean, that will get you not fucked. I have like 3 times where not random dudes, but dudes that told me and promised me the world on top of their dick was soft. And I'm like, I can't do nothing with that.
Well, as a man, I'm going to tell you, we all have off nights. You know what I'm saying?
I think I'm too aggressive.
That could be it. I'm a very aggressive person too, and I've been so aggressive and had an off night, and I'm not gonna apologize for that night either. I'm not the if my shit's soft, it's just soft. We can do other shit.
Yeah, but I'm never gonna have sex with you again, and I'm not gonna apologize for that.
That's understandable. I've never had it where I didn't get the call back. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
I get a lot of phone calls trying to redeem themselves. I'm sorry about that time.
I don't give a fuck about redeeming myself. If it didn't go off that time and it was my fault, I'll live with that. I won't bother you anymore. You know what I'm saying? You could say it was me, and I'll say it was me too. I don't even give a fuck.
There's not a lot of men who are that mature.
Yeah, I mean, I'm what, 43? I'm on my way to being 50. So yeah, my sexual peak hit when I was like, fucking 11. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty much burnt out. I'm not a machine. I'm not gonna come in the door crazy hard. You're gonna have to entice me. You're gonna have to seduce me sometimes.
Do something sexy.
Yeah, do some things. You know what I mean?
I can't imagine everything you've seen in the last 43 years. They would really take something spectacular to be like, oh, my meat is spectacularly hard right now.
I mean, shit. You could slam my dick in the fucking door at this point right now. You know what I'm saying? That might be enticing. I could care less, because I am 43. I'm very happy with my sexuality, and I'm very sure of it. So if I don't get to beat you up, if I don't clap your cheeks, that's on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you did something wrong.
Yeah, I could care less who did anything wrong.
Bitch.
I'm not going to apologize for it. I'm not apologetic when it comes to my sex. Just not gonna do it.
No, I'm not gonna apologize. I'm not. And I've reached 41, and I've done lots of fireworks, lots of cartwheels, lots of fucking magical shit, trying to impress folks. I'm not doing that anymore.
And here's something else you gotta know. Heads up, ladies. If your shit's real fire, I'm gonna punch you in the back of your fucking head. And that's it. That's
why?
I have no idea. But
Why?
I
don't want to get punched.
I will slap a bitch in the back of the head so fast.
No.
Like, bitch, you knew this shit was fire when you brought it over here. This was a setup.
I was like, now we go together.
This is a setup from the word go. I'll be goddamn.
Man, I have acted an ass over dick. I'm not even gonna lie. I know that's off topic, but you're talking about punching women in the back of the head. I have done some shit for some dick.
That sounded so gay.
Man.
Whoa.
I've been dumb.
But I mean, we've all done something for the opposite sex that, you know what I'm saying? If I sat here and think about some of the dumb shit I've done for some skins, yeah, we've all been there.
There was a dude who I had sex with like 3 times, and he never called me back after that. I'm still upset about it.
After the 3rd time?
Yeah, it's not like the sex was any spectacular, but I kind of feel like he was digging me, and then he just stopped calling.
Maybe he found someone.
That's right. Let's find a reason to blame him.
No, I'm just saying maybe he found a emotional connection with someone and got in a relationship.
I was really nice.
There's nothing wrong with that.
He did see me and my grandma 90. Maybe that was it.
Sometimes it's in the stars. I believe in the four-letter words: love, time, and fate. And sometimes it's in the stars for you to meet someone and meet someone in passing. Some people are here for a reason, and some people are here for a season. And certain things just don't last long. So
yeah. Well, I'm glad. He's been in the news for breaking the law and doing a bunch of crazy shit. So I'm really glad that didn't work out.
Yeah, it was.
Because I don't do prison letters or prison visits or the fort.
Yeah. And you know what? I know a lot of. One of my bras was writing a nigga in prison while I was with her, which was some dog ass shit. But at the same time,
was it the smothered pork chops lady?
I'm not even gonna say that. If I keep giving up these,
that bitch writing love letters too.
I would say this: I was so envious because I have never got a letter from Mitchellville.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
But all you gotta do is join the list. They have websites for that now.
For real?
And my retirement plan is women's penitentiary.
That's how you
So I'm going to do something and go retire over there. I'll write you when I get there.
Oh, hook me up.
I'm going to send you some photos
Hook
of
a
me and my
nigga
girls
up.
with our homemade prison makeup.
Yes.
I'm really excited about it.
So damn.
Non-Fucking-Negotiable.
I would visit and I would bring little dinners and stuff. And
Yeah, you bring your friends and I'll flash my boobies in the yard.
I'll bring quarters for the vending machine and everything.
Oh shit, will you put a hole in your pants so I can see your junk?
Oh.
I mean, show me a little
will I
something.
get caught?
I mean, I didn't get caught.
I don't know. I don't know if I do all that now.
Because one time I did visit, I'm not even gonna lie, I visited a penitentiary before, and I did show my goods at the penitentiary.
I've never, as a black man, I've never visited the penitentiary. Never. Not even, my little brother was in there. I didn't even write my little brother. Not because I didn't love my little brother. I didn't write him because I already told him he was going to prison. And when he goes to prison, I'm not gonna write him. And I stood by that.
It's understandable.
But I took his kids. I tucked his kids while he was gone. Mm-hmm. I had his kids the whole time he was gone. You know what I mean? So I did that part. But it wasn't like, it was a disrespectful thing. It was just that my little brother didn't want to listen to me. And what I had to tell him about the life in the streets. And
he had to learn it for himself.
Yes. And he had to experience it. He had to experience it without me because usually I was always there for him. I was always the one putting on a cape in the middle of the night. It didn't matter what it was because I would kill a motherfucker over my little brother, but I was his security blanket.
Right.
You know what I mean? And in prison time, of course, I had sent the kite and made sure that he was all right. I made sure we talked to somebody that was big up there, like, yo, look out for the nigga. You know what I mean? But other than that, I didn't ride him. I didn't accept none of his calls. He needed to do that part without me because he had been dealing so much with me. You know what I mean?
See, my brother went to prison. And I didn't write him or visit him or nothing. But on the day he got out, I drove up there with one of his female ladies, and I pulled over for them to go fuck in the bushes.
Oh, that's
as soon
love.
as we left Fort Dodge, I think about 20 miles out, I pulled over so they could go fuck in the bushes.
That's love. That's real love right there.
Yep.
But see, sometimes you got to give them tough love in order to show them that you do love them.
That's
So
right.
I get that. Well, you're back on the subject.
Yes, sir.
Do you have another story you'd like to tell us?
I do have a story, and this one is really embarrassing because it was with a woman. Mm-hmm. I met this chick online.
It's not embarrassing at all.
It's embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing
So
at all.
I met this chick online, and we talked for a little while, and she was like, pick me up, let's do this. So I went and picked her up, and she was beautiful. She was like super tall, beautiful complexion. I don't remember her name, so I'm not gonna name drop anybody, but we went to a place, and we made out, and it progressed, and like mutual things were happening, and I went to like get down there on her, and not only had she not shaved from like her navel to her asshole was the biggest bush I've ever seen in my life. And it smelled.
Oh, of course.
It
old
smelled
hair.
like Adidas.
Yeah, old hair.
Like it smelled like a locker room. Yes. I'm not kidding. And, this was like 20 years ago. I had not really had much experience doing this, but, I was physically going to get sick. And so I stopped, and I came up, and she was like, oh, I'm going to do you. And I'm like, okay. But she was scary. Like, I knew that I didn't want to do it anymore, and I was trying to make an excuse to leave. Like, if it had been a man, I would have been like, yo, I'm not feeling this, I'm leaving. But I thought if we got into a street fight, she could totally whip my ass, so I was scared. And I never came so hard in my life.
She was a Sasquatch. Of course she's going to whoop your ass.
No, she was beautiful and slender. The bitch was she was like a solid 8, beautiful. But I don't know. I didn't get to see if her armpits had hair or anything, but no one had obviously taught her how to maintain her vaginal area. And like I said, she just scared me so much. I wanted to leave so bad, and she wouldn't stop eating me out. And I think I came hard like 3 times, and I wanted to punch her to make her stop because it was feeling real forceful. And then I had told myself, this is never happening again. And she harassed me for weeks. You didn't like that? You didn't like what I did to you? I'm like, I'm just really not gay. Some things you have to experience to find out if you're into that or not. And I would like to set the record straight. I will suck on your titties all day, and we could probably make out and stuff, but I'm just really not with below the belt because I just really feel like everybody else's vagina is ugly. Mine's beautiful.
We'll see.
Yours is ugly.
vaginas are a beautiful thing. Have you ever put your face in the place and you just stare at it before you do it, and just like, I'm gonna kiss you?
I closed my eyes.
See,
I couldn't.
My thing is this: it's gonna be beautiful on the outside. It's beautiful. It's a very attractive thing on the outside, but it's the inside that counts. And I've had a situation with a girl, and she absolutely did not have any walls.
See, explain that to me. What does that mean?
Like no walls, no squeezing. She don't have no flex.
So you could probably
no
insert 4 fingers and more?
Oh, I have a story about that where my homeboy was finger banging a girl and he damn near had his whole fist in her. Oh. But she might have still had walls. The girl I was with didn't have no walls. She didn't have no flex. It was, it would be like me fucking a coffee can. That's what I
but it's still like warm, right?
No,
it's still excitable?
There was nothing to it. I don't know what happened to her in her life, but she should have gave me a heads up. And even worse, the worst thing about it is she faked all of her noise. Like,
You're like, you lying bitch.
I was like, why don't you just shut the fuck up? And then she's offended. You know, I'm like, what are you doing? Get the fuck out of here. How are you offended when you knew when you had this big ass horse pussy?
Right.
And you offered it to me. And you knew it.
Well, you know, it sounds like she offered it up a lot.
That could be.
In several places.
I never took the time to ask her. I always heard stories about a loose pussy, and that was my first and my last experience with one. And I'm not even I'm not even a finger banger. So I don't believe in inserting my finger in there. You know, I would put my tongue in there before I put my finger. I know that sounds weird.
Oh, your fingers are dirty.
Yeah, but still, I don't know. It feels weird to put my finger in there. That's not. I'm gonna put my meat in there. You know what I mean? So if God blesses you to the point where I don't put my tongue in there, I'm definitely gonna put my meat in there. And I didn't put my tongue in there, but I did put my meat in there, and I got nothing. I mean, I literally got nothing. And to you ladies out there, if you don't have any walls, prepare a dude for that. Matter of fact,
how do we know?
Dudes is trying to whoop your ass. I'm assuming. I don't know. That was my, like I said, I was blessed to have that be my first and last experience with it. I'm not saying down the road it's not going to happen, but at my age, I expect her to be more mature enough to tell me her condition, or tell me what your condition is in. Let me know what condition your condition is in.
After the stories we've heard, I think there's a lot of women ignoring.
Yes, their conditions. Yes.
Just like, I don't know what goes on down there.
Because most dudes will tell you. Like, there used to be a joke I used to play. Like, right before we do it, if she ain't seen my meat before, I'd be like, let me tell you. I have to tell you this. I am very small. And I was just joking, of course. You know, I just want to see how shallow the bitch is.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I've heard that. I've had a dude tell me that, and he wasn't.
Yeah, but just as a shallow test. Because a real woman is going to be like, well, let's rock and roll.
Right.
We can do something in this motherfucker.
Here, put this elephant on.
Yeah, but a bitch be like, I'm like, oh, yeah, you one of them. So, you know, you've treated a person less.
Queen.
You know what I'm saying? A person cannot help what they were born with. I'll say that much.
I agree.
So, but now you was born with walls as a female, but when you got to be a certain age, you did something or something happened, and you may not have had any walls anymore. And you have to tell dudes this. The best that you could always tell is like, look, I'm a head doctor. Okay, I am the best.
See, now when a dude tells me that, when he's like, oh, I just want to eat you out, or that'll turn me off too.
Well, I can explain that to you. Okay, after a certain age, that's all a dude really wants to satisfy a woman. And yes, we can satisfy a woman, clap her cheeks, beat it up till it's big, swollen and shit. And if we have that under our belt, it'd be best just to eat the pussy to make sure she's getting hers. Because I feel like this personally, during sex, you're supposed to send her spirit up to see God. And while her spirit is up there seeing God, you should go to church on her temple. If that makes sense to y'all. So that's how I feel like, you know, and that it comes with age and it comes with maturity. You just really have to make sure she's getting her rocks off. That's part of the conquest.
You know what sad is? I wasn't able to achieve sexual greatness with somebody who actually knew what they were doing until I was 37. I was like, a vaginal orgasm, like the G-spot. I was like, that's all a myth. Like, I literally did not know.
Well, like I always say, though, most men learn their sex from porn.
And that's
and
that's all wrong, fellas.
Yes, read.
Hey, how about you ask your partner?
Read.
And, ask a woman what she likes and what she's into. That's great life advice. Ask your partner.
Google some diagrams.
True.
There's so many pictures you can show you how to make a woman peak, have an orgasm.
Yep.
So there's so many things you can do besides looking at porn and matching their strokes and trying to figure it out, their little head movements and all that.
I'm telling you,
That's
everybody I
just
had
bullshit.
sex with before I was 37, you can go fuck yourself because you were doing it wrong.
Okay. It's all theatrics if you look at the porn. So you're really cheating these women because you're really not doing the research. And a woman's body is a piano. So you got to look at each part as a key. And each key plays a particular tune. So pay attention. So if she says, make sure you do that again. Because she liked that shit. Don't be
Yes,
fucking
she did.
Don't ignore that. Ignore that. Listen to the noises her body makes. Listen to her breathing. And the things that are exciting her, make sure you keep doing that shit over and over and over again till you get it right. Mm-hmm. And eventually, you can get that shit popping in 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. That's how good quickies start.
It is possible.
Yeah. Well, that's the end of it for the day.
Thank you guys for joining us, Wille T's Non-Fucking-Negotiable podcast. Make sure you check us out. We're now on
iHeartRadio,
Bandcamp,
Google,
Anchor.
We're on a whole bunch of fucking shit.
We're like literally on every platform except for Twitter, because that's my responsibility and I'm lazy.
Hey, fuck it. We'll get there too. You know what I'm saying? So as long as we're in hell, as long as they can hear us in hell, we're doing great. And to my people that are already in hell, I'll be there soon.
Thank you guys.
No damn.
Non-fucking negotiable.